thought we were actually going to make it through one today.
Good start.
I'm really surprised you let Marile kiss her.
Why were you surprised about that?
I don't know, you guys just seem close and she kind of seemed like she might have wanted to kiss you, but I don't know, I'm just surprised you didn't want to. I'm surprised you let Marile go for it, but...
Her? Wanted to kiss me?
I don't know.
I think you were reading into things that weren't really there.
I don't know.
No, it's definitely not anything there. No. He like puts his hand on his shoulder, like on his chin. He looks down, like, no, it couldn't have been. No, that'd be silly. The point being, it didn't. No, I'm not interested. Don't worry.
I'm not worried.
Well, either way, it's
Not
not
worried.
as if it is a something that cannot be gone after later. I can tell you now, Marile would not have much of an attachment.
Well, that's for them to work out, I guess. But I'm not really interested in that with her. She's just a really good friend back when we were both in the order.
He's given us a lot of good information.
Yeah, right. A lot of useful information I go off of. We owe her a lot, I'd say.
Are you okay, by the way? It's a lot to find out about Mundus and stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot, but I think we'll be fine. It's only the past now. There's nothing that can be done to change it. We just gotta make sure he can't hurt anybody else from here. Well, whoever's left to hurt, I guess. We gotta help them, I think.
Help whoever's in the city and figure out lots of Ulysses stuff.
Aye. How do you guys feel about the Knights of Ulysses stuff there?
Huh?
He's gesturing at Gino and Emmanuel.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. You guys were talking about kissing and stuff.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it sounds like they want to go for the tower, so that's good.
But they're the good guys, right? So, like...
They got a shelter,
Wait,
so that's good too.
Are they the good guys?
I mean...
But they told me.
Yep, they also kidnapped humanity.
Yeah, they
There
did.
also aren't a lot of bad guys that say, hey, we're bad guys. They usually they usually try to convince you they're a good guy.
I don't think of all the demons we met so far. They just jump out of the ground like...
Yeah,
They know what they're about.
They kill those
As of
ones.
As of right now, I believe we have to assume everyone who is against those demons are at least potentially on our side. Whether they are
common enemies.
Knights of Ulysses or anything. A common enemy is what unites us now. And when that is over, then we'll get the backstabbing or whatever have you.
That's a problem for future us.
I feel like there's a lot of problems for future us.
Oh, countless. There's countless problems for us in the future, but it's fine. We'll get through it. We're a
That
tough
being
bunch.
said, the best thing I can say about the situation we're in, while it is not unheard of to have large-scale attacks like this happen, it is not every day, so perhaps, depending on the people we meet, things could be easier or at least less troublesome whenever all of this is over.
Seems like everybody is ready to go and had a nice rest.
Seems like it. Where's Zenny?
She is going to look into what a reverse Romanian Wilkinson is, because I told her that I could teach her how to do it. We just don't have the supplies, and now she's going to find out herself what I mean.
It seems as if we want to make our way to do anything, we do not need to go to Bertuccio's any longer. Apparently he is taken up with the knights.
Seems like it.
Summer grass mole or whatever.
As you guys head out, the weather outside, much like it was earlier, is the snow is beginning to pick up as the day progresses. It's about 9 a.m. by the time you all collect yourselves and you begin to head out into the snow again. It's thick enough that it's annoying and you have to make an effort to stay near Marile to keep warm in the long term. There's the same general bite as before that comes from the demon blizzard that is still present within this particular city. As you head down the street, you don't get more than a couple of blocks before you find a section of the road that has been blasted. You can't even see the road effectively under your feet anymore for all the snow and ice that's there, but you do still see the shapes of buildings off on your sides, many of which the entrances have been completely covered over with ice and snow. You see cars in a non-functioning state. slammed into snowbanks and mostly buried. Street lights have been bent and contorted under the weight of the cracking road and the snow, and a chunk of the road has been cracked to form a cliff that has this pathway still heading up to the next level of it, but a lot like in a lot of other parts of the city, you do come to a part where the street has been deformed to be more of a cliff range than it is a straightforward city. I'd like everybody to roll me perception here. As you guys move, let's see who got. So Gino got a 16, Nicolo got a 27. You hear the cracking of ice that seems to, it seems different than the regular occasional cracking of bits of ice, falling of icicles, what have you, that you'd hear around you. You hear something that sounds heavier. The two of you notice whenever you look up that atop some of the street lights that are nearby, the street lamps that line the sides of where the sidewalk should be, you notice these large, almost cocoons of ice are on top of them, and paying attention to them for a second, you see a shadowy figure inside them that is roughly humanoid, but kind of crouched down, their form being kept small, and you see a pair of glowing eyes in each of these large ice encasings that are on top of them. You see just a pair of faintly glowing blue eyes that seem to be harmlessly watching you as you move. As this happens, there's a shift, a change in the wind, as if the blizzard and the snow, of its own volition and will, stops and changes direction. Those of you with longer hair find your hair blowing suddenly into your face, and you have to stop to push it back. As you look down the street, the lot of you all see several figures emerging from the blizzard conditions ahead of you. Gino, you notice that the uniforms that they are wearing, one of these two being a feminine figure, the other being a more masculine one, you recognize the uniforms that they're wearing to be that of Knights of Ulyssia. You see these two figures appearing and emerging as almost shadowy figures from the blizzard off ahead of you. They do not seem to have any particular protection against the cold that's around them. They seem to be stumbling and shambling forward.
Oh, that's them. That's the Knights.
You sure? I could get them.
Yeah, no, it's the Knights.
I could.
No,
For
some-
I mean, I know you could.
Are you 100%?
Yes, I'm 100%.
Oh, okay.
There's some people approaching, but there's also some beings above us. Keep an eye out. Keep everything watchful. Let's head off.
Love us.
What?
The streetlights.
Hearing about the knights, I will duck in behind Arden and just kind of hold on to him from behind, like.
As you do, as you guys start heading towards them, both figures at the exact same time reach down to their sides, and not quickly, but simultaneously they both pull out a revolver and they point them both down towards down the road towards you, Gino. At this point, they would be about a solid 100 feet away from you.
Hey, it's me, it's Gino. Hello.
You have to speak out. They're 100 feet away. 1 second. I cast a message and make fart noises at them. Watch this.
Oh my god.
You hear the voice of the male of the two rise up over the snow and just call down to you, Gino. I was uncertain as to what the emblem meant when I saw you last time. Then you hear this weariness in the voice as it speaks. But after talking to these two, I have a more solid idea.
What?
Angelo Armor, are you with the Knights of Ulyssia?
They must be new.
I mean,
Who's asking?
yeah, Adric, you're talking weird.
You hear the voice of the woman rise up.
Is Adric a superior of yours? The minds of these two were rather well sheltered. I could only glean so much from them. It was all I could do to wipe away their will. But if you, Angelo Armor, are on their side, perhaps you would be willing to switch sides to those who are more accustomed to dealing with demons such as yourself.
Who is speaking right now?
You hear them both begin to speak in unison. It is awfully rude that we have to speak this way. And normally I don't like to suppress those that I acquire, but I had to dive deep for these two.
Last time we met, we didn't get to speak properly. I was called away.
You see them both aim up the revolvers, just like pull them back.
I guess it would be a waste to not get acquainted directly.
As they do. You notice another figure up on the craggy raised cliff area sitting on the side of it. A pair of large wings that have this fabric-like material that you've seen before, this lace-like material acting as the sinew spreads out suddenly, giving away the form of who you recognize to be the same succubus that you saw before, Lilith. Sitting about 20 feet up, 100 feet away, a bit behind these two, as they do.
Sees her, his hands immediately reach back for the greatsword instinctively when he sees her. Doesn't draw it, but it's like reach back for it.
As they do, you guys start to notice off behind them on these craggy cliffs that are behind them. There's several other of what you recognize as the Hell's Ptolemaea, the demons that carry these scythes of ice alongside them, and you hear more cracking coming from on top of the street lights. As they do, you all hear more so in your minds than you do coming from that direction, but a voice, once again, that you recognize to be that of Lilith from the brief encounter you had before. Just echoing inside your heads, coming from everywhere but nowhere.
You are all very interesting. I would wonder if I could acquire some of you. It would be very beneficial for you given the current circumstances. I understand that you are trying to play the hero and face off against Velfar right now, but I offer you a much better alternative. Angelo, errant half-succubus, and you, the other half-demon. Perhaps you would be willing to betray your current compatriots.
I'm not sensing any magic around, right, Logan?
There's the faintest aura of magic coming from the two knights who clearly are being puppeted in some kind of way, but you are not detecting much else.
I understand your kind likes to play the hero. I know that you've all fought valiantly against us, and I do not expect you to take me up on my offer, but it would not sit well if I did not offer for you to come into my employ. So I thought I would meet with you once, and offer only once.
I'm good.
No.
Don't do it, Gino!
Yeah, no.
Don't
What, did you honestly think I was going to accept that?
Don't do it!
Look, Manny, I'm not going to do it. It's okay.
Okay. Oh, thank God.
And then what of you, half-succubus? You have seen what I do to those who try to flee from me.
Yes, I have. It is an interesting proposition, I will not lie. But unfortunately, any interests of where I came from or the true nature of the succubus is unfortunately not an interest I carry at the moment, if ever. Anything that you are willing to offer me, I cannot guarantee that I would even be a fraction of interested. Even if you said it was my life.
I suppose in a way your answer pleases me.
I'm good at pleasing.
Though you can't see their face closely enough, you can just feel a smile through their communications with all of you telepathically.
It would please you all to know that I have been, though I have not been apparent to you, following you for quite some time. It is good to learn what I have from your friend. Specifically, that I have learned where to locate more of.
She gets up and waves her hand in reference to the knights.
Where exactly it is I can find the rest of them. Let us race, shall we? Let us see which of us can get back to your friends first.
As she says this, you guys hear more cracking and shattering from the tops of the street lamps beside you.
But I think I will stay and watch this happen. It was fun to watch you punish my subordinates, after all.
And as they say this, I'm gonna throw you guys on a map.
Oh,
Let's
I used the ring.
Do it!
Do it!
You use the ring.
Range is 120 feet.
As they shatter, you see the things that are emerging from the spaces that are up on top of the street lamps are creatures that you recognize. These are some of the Tundra Hellites.
You're at the top.
Knights of Ulyssia, I grant you the option of attempting to save your allies. I am interested in how you will treat your own.
Niccolo, you get the first turn.
I am going. These guys are very bad, very mean bad. I don't like them, but I also don't like these guys way over here either. And if I shoot this guy, then I get a style point. So I'm gonna try to shoot this guy.
I don't like anybody here.
Alrighty.
I don't give a damn about any of them.
I will have disadvantage.
I hate everybody here.
Hiya.
That's a hit. Firing at as you see them beginning to shamble and move forward, also becoming agitated by Lilith commanding those that are here to attack. You fire a shot and you hit it, and you see part of its arm just snaps off. One of its arms, it can still hold the scythe, but part of its arm just kind of cracks to the side, and it falls limply to the side of the creature.
Bang.
I'll then attack a different one of them. I'll attack number 2 with my second attack.
Alrighty.
And I will have disadvantage again, and I will go hiya.
What do you want me to say, man?
Hiya! I like having 2 style points.
You see the woman of the 2 of the Petal Knights, or they're not Petal Knights, but the 2 of the Knights of Ulyssia that are there. In this, the Petal Knights are the high up ones. Whenever you see them sort of flinch, you see the cold, like ice building up on their skin. Even though they're under the influence of Lilith, they are still clearly being damaged by the blizzard. Catalina Rose moves forward, rushing towards you guys. They are going to... They put their hand out, and you see them building up magical energy. You would know, Gino and Emmanuel, you would know that the Knights of Ulyssia, they are effectively, for your understanding, low-level Petal Knights in terms of class. They can use magic. They're all fairly talented duelists. Gino, you're an outlier. Emmanuel, you're an outlier, since you guys are kind of not core members of it. You are people who are just adjacent.
The SCP projects of the Knights of Ulyssia.
That said, Arden...
You weren't around when Petal Knight was around.
Arden and Nicolo. Hold person is being cast on the 2 of you. Not Nicolo.
Oh.
Can't actually get Nicolo.
Yay!
Marile and Arden. Arden, you succeed. Marile, as this happens, as they rush up, they put their hand out. You have this strange feeling of vines that are clearly not there moving along your skin, and you find your body freezes up in response to it. One of the Hellites is going to go. One of the Hellites that's on top of there is going to prepare an ice arrow, and they are going to throw it at Marile. You take 6 damage.
I'm gonna follow through that thing I said before.
Okay, do it!
Explode, Lilith.
Yeah!
Leaves grow from the target. If you choose a point in a space, the leaves sprout from the creature nearest to the point. Until they're picked off, leaves turn brown and fall off after 24 hours.
Well,
as you do this, you point it towards them, you see these just small little green leaves begin popping up on their skin. They like raise up one of their arms, and they just slowly turn it and inspect it, seemingly relatively unbothered by it.
Great, Emmanuel. Now you turned her into poison ivy and she taught her.
And then I'm gonna run towards them.
The baby is loose. I repeat, the baby is loose.
That Petal Knight is going to also rush forward, moving his 30 feet. And as he does, he's going to get close to you, take out his gun, and he's going to take 2 shots, and he's going to take them at Marile. They fire. The first one you get hit. You take 11 damage. They're going to take their second shot. That one misses. That one goes wide.
okay. I don't like that Marley is being held in place like a duck.
Quack.
I'm going to get here.
Cuts back to Marile. They're like on their knees, arm folded up like wings, unable to move. Quack.
Pero soy la pata más guapa.
You said it, Marile.
But I am the hottest duck.
Going to put my boy here.
You rush forward. As you do, a shadow flies out from you, disconnects, rising from the snow. The snow takes the form of your echo, which then gains the color that it should have as it becomes substantial. Go ahead and do whatever you're going to do.
Alright, I'm going to take some wax. Yeah.
That is, as soon as it loads in, that is a miss.
Oh, okay. Take that one instead.
That one hits. The first one, you bring the greatsword up, they bring up their arm and like catch it with the gun and push it to the side. The second one hits. Go ahead and roll damage. You hit, you deal... They nat-20 their concentration check, maintaining concentration, but you do 13 damage.
Alright, and I'm gonna use Unleash Incarnation, so have another one. Yeah. Crit! Yeah!
That hits. They maintain their concentration, but they take 25 damage.
Fuck, dude. Alright. Action Surge. Take another hit.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
And you deal 14 damage, and they maintain concentration.
God damn.
Yeah, they're good for that.
They're real good. Alright, another one.
Nice.
Go down!
Stop it! Let my friend go!
You deal another
them by the time they get
14. They maintain concentration.
Oh my god!
Jesus!
Unleash incarnation!
Oh my god!
Take this!
That misses.
Fuck! Well, that's Gino.
Wow! Manny, for
It's me.
for the purposes of me just wanting to see how it goes, could you roll me a charisma check?
Yeah.
A 21? Alright, she's gonna be basically relatively amused by you doing that. Lilith takes a step off of where she is. As she does, she is going to fly. She's going to stay 20 feet up. She's going to go about 30 feet in the air. She's going to go to the middle, effectively, of the battlefield. Doing something of a pirouette up there. As she does, you notice the leaves begin to fall off her one by one, sort of leaving a trail of leaves behind in the air as she moves. She is going to... Gino, she's going to kind of, almost in an uninteresting way, you see her flick her hand and you see several of those arcane daggers appear between her fingers. She's going to move her hand and she's going to throw them off towards you, so you're going to be attacked by 2 of these. Fires, and the first one, it is a hit. You get struck, you take 12 damage. The second one, as she hits you with the first one, you notice the second one didn't fly straight at you. It seemed to, as if it had a mind of its own, change and shift in the air, and it kind of comes at you from a different angle. That one, you managed to block that one. You put up your cape, you strike it out of the air as it's coming at you. What she does, she folds her arms over, puts one of her hands just like covering over her mouth, looking down at you with this odd, pet-like interest.
I'm going to run my little butt over here, get right underneath him, so that I can wind chain a boy and get him.
I don't know why I became Doge Theo. You, Aaron.
Doge Theo.
I'm gonna wind chain a boy and I'm gonna bya a boy. I'm gonna scoot
What do
back
you do?
just a little.
Yeah, boy.
Yip ya boy.
Yip ya, boy.
Hiya!
Oh!
That's a 20.
Critter boy.
You critter boy.
I'm gonna bonus action, set my glaive on fire. Oh, I can't attack anything for now anyway, so I'm going to action cast blur on myself.
Alright, you rush up. You put your hand up to the mask that is on your shoulder. As you do, the mantle expands outward and becomes a full-body cloak that wisps around you, giving you this ethereal, misty, blackened look.
Yeah.
Oh, if I shoot Arden, then I'll be able to do more damage to him.
As you do it, the arm that is primarily holding your glaive is still sort of exposed, so it covers most of half of your body, leaving the other half kind of still sticking out of it, but still protected by the effect. Marile, you are paralyzed.
Yay.
You'll make a save at the end of your turn, which should auto-roll. You fail.
Yay. Quack.
Alright, I'm sorry you guys told me no shooting on those people, but my Marile is being hurt, so
Oh yeah, no, shoot them.
I'm going to have to shoot that woman.
Shoot them non-lethally, it's fine.
I don't think I can do that unless I can style point.
Sounds like quitter talk.
If you want to use a style point, and then if you take her down to do it non-lethally, then sure.
And I will go for an attack. In fact, I'm going to hunter's mark them.
You are non-lethally hunter's marked.
Listen,
Take this non-lethal
my Marile
bullet.
is being hurt.
Man, you think you're gonna hit?
I don't know. Let's find out.
You think
man.
that you'll be able to hit? You think a 28 hits?
Does a 28 hit?
You hit.
Oddly enough, I believe I. Oh wow.
Just barely. Though. They are down. You fire. They bring up their rapier. They draw out a rapier from their side to try to engage with the Gino Echo. As they do, the bullet hits the rapier and slams it back into their chest. All the kinetic energy is transferred that way. They fall to the ground. Marile, you are no longer paralyzed. As you take that turn, she fails a death save. Let's throw death saves on her.
Is she taking death save?
Because she's in the cold.
Oh no.
We need to get her near Marile.
Marile, you have less than half your hit points,
we don't
right?
know.
I think so.
As you hit that point, Marile, the Ptolemaeus seem to start getting excited, and they begin moving faster. As he gets there, let's see, it rushes up, it's going to use its freezing breath on the two of you. Constitution save's about to come at you. It does. You both are going to take half. You will take half of 13, you take 6, Gino, you take none. Arden, you lose your blur. You roll a 6 on your
Fun.
Constitution save.
Great. Fantastic.
Manny!
Twin hiss.
And Gino, you're on deck. You're doing Twin Hiss?
Yeah.
Explain for the class what Twin Hiss does, since
I
we
roll
haven't seen a
twice,
lot.
targeting 2 creatures with my ring, and that must be at least 30 feet away from each other. It consumes none of my charges.
Alrighty. Who are you using it on?
I'm targeting Lilith, and I'm targeting Hell's Ptolemea 2.
Let's resolve the Lilith one first. Roll that one first.
Okay, where's my ring? Yeah. Hi, Lilith.
Lilith?
I will use Dry Heave.
Okay. You put your hand out, 2 different cats appear along your arm, rush up, and they turn into this chaotic energy that flies at it. As it happens, you kind of see the early echoes of what it's going to do. You grasp your hand, and the cat that's flying toward Lilith to become part of this effect explodes as you cancel the effect. The fireball one, you're targeting, which one were you targeting? Number 2?
That's resolving Lilith first. It depends on how you want to run this, if I roll both and target each with whichever I want, or if you're just going one and the other. Because if so, then that's on Lilith.
So the way that's intended, effectively you're using the ring twice. So it would be the stunned effect we'd be resolving against Lilith, because we said we were doing that first.
That's just 30 feet up, that's not so bad.
The fireball would have to be at the... Is Dry Heave re-rolling, or is it canceling?
Dry Heave, re-rolls.
Oh, right, okay, that's where... Gotcha. Then, yeah, that
you
targets
roll an
Lilith.
additional time, and then you choose the result.
Luckily, because of how the sphere would work, Arden would be just out of it. So would technically the Ptolemea that's there. As that happens, she's going to go ahead and use a legendary resistance to auto-succeed, but have her roll it anyways. As you do, the chain, the ethereal pinkish red chain that wraps around her arm and part of her body seems to come to life, and as the cat is flying at it and turning into flame, it seems to come to life and strikes towards it. She fails, so she's going to succeed. She's going to use legendary resistance. Go ahead and hit half, and then roll the damage. As she hits it, she strikes towards it with the whip, which actually cuts the ethereal form of the cat flying at it in half. The 2 halves of it then combust separately, kind of going to the sides of her, and though some of the heat does singe her and some of the leaves on her become burned and fall from her body, she seems almost entirely unbothered by it.
Ah, beans!
And that's on Ptolemea too.
Yeah.
Casting darkness. Alright, I'll throw darkness on him.
I'm going to use Quicken Spell.
A sphere of darkness erupts from them. For the purposes of the spell, we'll say that it targets and latches onto them for as long as it's active.
I'm going to Quicken Spell, and I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds on the Hellite closest to Marile. Range attack. Yay.
That is a hit.
Do it.
Hey!
Oh my gosh, man.
You use Inflict Wounds. You put your hands up towards it, energy surrounds it, and it detonates, it explodes. It's gone.
I gain a stop point.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to run continually towards Lilith. I'll run under them over there.
Hell's Ptolemea 3 is going to do the only thing it can, because it can't see, unless I'm forgetting. Yeah, no, you don't have... Your dark vision's not helping you. It is going to choose to move directly towards Maudie Lake, since it is attracted to the smell of her blood, which means it is not going to have any regard for who this is going to affect, which means it's going 60 feet to here.
Aha!
Oh, fuck you!
Oh, God!
Whee!
Oh, was that the wrong one? That was the wrong one.
3.
All right, that one. You know what? It will still get there. It's still going to move towards them. It will get to here. It is going to go for 3 attacks on Manny.
Hey, that's rude. Hey, stop. No, stop.
It rushes towards you. It nat ones. Goes for another one. Comes at you. You hop over it. It strikes. That one hits.
Ah, damn it.
Do you have a concentration effect on you?
I do.
All right. It strikes you. You take 10, and you succeed. And then the last attack, it swings it at you again. The scythe comes in. The blade almost as large as you are. It hits. You take 13, and you succeed your concentration check.
Stop stabbing me.
This boy's gonna take 5 damage. This boy is going to go... This is gonna be an interesting looking turn. He's going to go through the others to get to here. After he gets to there, he takes a step. As his foot connects with the ground, you hear this just erupt from it. As his form begins to look like it disappears, he teleports very briefly and vanishes and from the space where he was, this thunderous blast echoes out.
Oh.
Everything within 10 feet of where he was is going to be targeted as he's using Thunder Step. So you're all about to make a Constitution save. Yep!
Ray,
Riley,
I
why?
failed.
So, Ptolemea, and Gino will take half. Everybody else will take the full 3d10 thunder damage. Emmanuel!
No!
You are knocked out as this blast occurs. This thunderous clap that echoes outward strikes you and knocks you unconscious.
No, the darkness spell.
I'll remove that in a moment. I was really looking forward to that running across the battlefield. I wanted to see the ball move and just overwhelm everybody, but I don't get that, I guess. As it does this, it is going to choose to reappear. You guys hear it appear on the other side of you, skidding through the snow as if its momentum is coming to a stop as it leaves this thunderous blast behind it. Marile, you can basically do that effect, just yours has fire. That's one of your Devil Arm things. Hell's Ptolemea 2, let's get that darkness off you, as fun as this was. It's gonna run at you, it's gonna attack Gino and Arden, both of you once, and Manny once. As it goes in, it takes a circular sweep with its scythe. It attacks! It only hits Manny, which makes sense. Manny, it is going to do a critical hit to you, which causes you to fail 2 death saves. Gino, because I'm feeling like I want to be nice in regards to these, roll me a charisma check.
Oh boy, that ought to go well. Oh, well, it did. It actually kind of did.
This is basically the will Lilith do something really bad or just kind of pick on you roll. Psychic Dagger. She, like, once again puts both of her hands out. One appears in both of them. She throws them. One's going after Arden and one's going after Gino. These particular ones, she, like, hurls them into the air and then they come down from above her and onto you guys. Nat19s. You take no damage as your shield appears and blocks it. As it does, you see her, like, let out this very quiet,
Oh, that I would like to acquire. For certain.
and the other one, you hear the of the other dagger coming down as she looks at your devil arm, and that one's going after Arden. Arden, it hits. I think it just hits. You take 7 psychic damage. As this happens, she's going to move up and over by about 25 feet, getting about 55 feet above the ground and a bit away from you all. Just kind of gracefully gliding back.
Okay, bitch. I'm first going to use my bonus action to pop my potion of speed.
Oh!
Haste!
Oh!
He'll go. So I'm gonna bap him with my katana.
And Ptolemea 4, yeah.
That misses.
I had a feeling it would. Extra attack, hiya, please. Please?
That misses.
Mother?
Wow.
You have a haste attack, though.
I know, that's why I was like, one more, and I also have Dragon Search.
That one hits.
Hey! I'm going to put the point of grit. Hiya!
You strike it, it dies. As it does, it is going to explode into ice.
Oh,
dicks.
fuck, that's right.
I'm sorry, I forgot every time.
Next save from you guys. On failure, you'll be restrained. You both succeed, so as the ice blasts outwards and fills that space, its dead body becoming a chunk of ice, as well as making the surrounding spaces into difficult terrain. However, you do not get stuck in it. However, the Ptolemea also does not get stuck in it.
Style point, hubba, and a hubba.
And that is a hit.
Bah! Not style points, you know what I mean.
That deals 10 damage. It takes it.
One more. Hubba.
That misses.
That
It's all
sure is
good.
the way of things.
It's 4 is. Hi, Arden, please don't die, thanks.
Arden, your turn!
And then I will attack.
Just on the corner of all of their sides.
Yeah.
You move down slightly, there's just like a collective as they all raise their scythes up to get you and then just stare.
Yeah. Alright, my smack. Ah, fuck. I was targeting 2 of them. Hold on.
That's okay, one of them was the dead one. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. You went after
And I
2.
missed the other one. Second attack.
Oh! Go
I
ahead.
really wish the Howling Smite was 2 points because I just gained 2.
It dies!
Smack!
Yes!
Now.
Smack!
Alright, dexterity saves. Here they come. Manny, you auto-fail, so you are restrained automatically. The other 2, you succeed.
I'm gonna bonus action smack the number 3 with the back end of my pole arm.
Swing towards him, it hits. You
Take
deal
that.
12
Yeah.
damage. Manile, welcome to the fight.
I can help with a child. Let's do a spell slot 3 heal to Emmanuel. Yeah.
Healing word, Emmanuel, you regain 13 hit points.
Yay!
You wake up being half encased in ice.
I'm prone as well.
Yes, and half encased in ice.
We're gonna shuffle our way over here. I am going to charm person the Ptolomea 1. I know
Ptolomea, the P is silent.
Ptolomea.
Like a pterodactyl.
We're gonna charge heals Ptolomea 1. So that maybe it freaking calms itself the fuck down.
The Ptolomeas actually should... Let's see, you're doing it on number 1. What I'm checking is... They should have magic resistance. Roll it again against it. I'll make sure that's coded properly in future, but it would succeed. You guys have been getting away with them not having magic resistance all this time. They should have, the entire time. I must have misspelled something.
So they're supposed to be stronger, you say?
They're demons! All demons have magic resistance!
It's a good thing it occurred to me now to charm something.
And why doesn't Theo have magic resistance, Logan?
Because they're a patootie, not a demon!
That doesn't make any sense. I'm a demon. Fuck you.
Another Hellhead's going to go, and it's going to fire at Arden from quite far away, and Nat19s! Arden takes 8 damage.
I will move my way over toward Marley, because again, I want to potentially make it a choice for a lot of things to attack me instead. And then I'm going to unload some shots back at Kendrick. Bonus action, I will move my mark onto Kendrick.
You strike, you deal 15 damage to Lorian Kendrick.
Hiya?
That is also a hit. That's 17 more damage to Lorian. Miss Ptolomea is going to go. Miss Ptolomea.
Bring it on, bitch. Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
Goodbye, guys.
What if you bring it a little
So
less?
technically, more than half of mine is out of it.
Your token does not take up the full space. Your token is actually taking up the lower 2/3 of your space. Your space is definitely more than half in there. Says the DM.
I don't know about this.
God.
I feel like the DM is making up rules.
Uh-huh.
And I ain't having that shit. And just like that, my style points gone.
You all take 15 damage, reduced to 7 for Marile and Nicolo. And Nicolo, you lose concentration on Hunter's Mark. Arden, you are down.
Arden loses those style points, I just reach up and catch him.
As this thing exhales a cone of ice, freezing you guys even colder than the surrounding area. Emmanuel, your turn.
I should be at 2 hit points because of hybrid endurance, but I didn't.
In that case, you wouldn't have lost your style points, because you, instead of being reduced to 0, you're reduced to 2.
He not won the save.
I not won the save, but also I'm reduced to 1 plus my con mod, so
Which
I
is
should
2.
be at 4.
4.
Yeah, I'm restrained and I can't do much else. I'm gonna twin hiss again.
I assume one of them's going at Lilith.
Lilith and Hell's Ptolomea 1.
Oh. You ever fight a creature in a video game and like it's clearly intended where it's like, oh, you're a boss for later. You're gonna like retreat halfway through the fight, and you're like but what if I kill it now? Fucking.
What
D&D.
What if I kill Urizen right now?
It's D&D, so everything's fluid, but this feels so much like that to me. Heckin'.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Let's resolve the Lilith one first.
Ah!
That is...
Hey, nice. Why, my God! Yes!
Apply it to yourself. I'm gonna say that you're not restrained anymore, because you would shrink out of the ice that's encasing you.
Tiny Emmanuel.
What would I be, half my height? I'm like 2 foot tall.
Lorian's gonna go. Lorian's gonna take 3 damage from the cold. As he does, he's going to go ahead and he like turns around and draws out his gun in one hand and the rapier in the other hand. He casts some spell on him that causes the snow to sort of dissipate around his feet. He's going to rush 30 feet towards Nicolo. To about there. As he does, as he runs forward, he's going to fire his gun towards you. And he's going to use the bonus from Zephyr Strike to give himself advantage on this. That hits. So, this attack is going to do an extra 1d8 force damage. You take 19 damage from that attack. He's going to have used Fortify as his Virtuous Branches feature, so he is going to add 1d4 to the next attack he makes after this, because he cast a spell on himself and he gained a beneficial extra effect, as the Pedal Knight do! The Pedal Knight, now available on Drive-Thru RPG. He's going to then use the bonus speed that he gains from Zephyr Strike to clear the rest of the distance towards you. He's going to attack you with the rapier. This, I'm going to roll the 1d4 now. It's only an extra 1. He gets in a dirty 20. He hits.
Oof.
You take 2d8. You take a total of 9 damage as he thrusts towards you and strikes into you with the rapier. A blank look on his face as he does. Gino, having observed that you have been able to tank the most damage and have been able to, and having something that you want at this point, you look up and you see
I'll roll a charisma check.
You see that, not you, you see the form of Lilith, again, her wings spreading wide out in the air. You see her, like, raise 2 of her fingers up to her mouth and just, like, gently press her lips, and then, as she traces them, her hands back from her mouth, and you see this, like, arcane energy following, drifting along back from her fingers. As she does, you hear this echoing, fiendish word just in your mind. Like, her voice, but you can't tell what the word is, or if it even is in a language you can understand, as you feel your body freeze up, as you're being power word stunned.
Fuck!
You will be able to repeat the saving throw against this at the end of each of your turns, but as it is a power word spell, there's no save up front. You are just affected. So you are now stunned and restrained. And Tundra Hellite 5 is going to continue attacking you. You notice that a lot of the enemies are starting to turn their attention to you specifically now, Gino. It attacks. That is a hit, and it's going to have martial advantage. You guys all also notice that arrows are beginning to hail in towards Gino specifically. Gino, you take 14 more damage.
Oakley dokily, stop fucking with my friend. I'm going to... Hoppa. 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 Just going back with my katana.
That hits.
And, point of grit, because that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And, hiya. Please die. Thank you.
It does.
Oh no, he's gonna explode. I'm sorry, Gino.
I'm already restrained and stunned. I don't give a fuck. Says me in Gino's voice for no reason.
Theo, you succeed.
Yay! Okay, I'm going to...
I will drop my katana and pull out Magistrate.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put you Hellite 1.
That's a smart thing to do. Go for it. You fire. You hit.
I don't have any star points to do anything cool, but... Hiya!
You fire at it, it takes 11 damage. When it gets hit, part of its body gets blown off. The thunderous impact causes the street lamp under it to crack.
Yo!
That misses. Alright, Arden, you're up. Marile, you're on deck.
A good choice.
Going for a boy.
Go for here, just so I'm out of reach for him.
Gotcha.
And a bonk. Not lethal.
Get him.
You rush up, you swing your glaive over. The other two see it coming, kind of duck under your glaive as it goes towards them. That is a hit.
Bonk.
He takes the damage. He succeeds his concentration check.
Bonk.
That's a hit. So you strike, and you're not... are you non-lethaling him, or are you...
Yeah, it was non-lethal.
Okay, as you strike him, he is knocked unconscious, but he is stabilized.
She will run towards a mini Manny, but I also wish to pick up a Manny, put him in my boobage.
As he's not that tiny.
He's 2 feet tall.
Anything? Are you saying that he will not fit in my boobage?
Listen, your boobs
I think
I
think with some finessing it could be done, but in the short term it might be a bit of an ask.
I'm sorry about your friends dying, Gino, but I have to put this child in my cleavage.
I think I'm also encased in ice. I don't know if you can pick me
God!
up.
They are restrained, yes.
Damn it! Well, we're gonna do a level 2 anyway. So we're gonna do a level 2 healing. Here you go. There you go, and you're alive.
Yeah.
Don't waste the life I've given you once again.
I'll try.
I will get over at my Gino boy, and let's start trying to thin these guys out.
Everybody pulls out their guns.
We pull out our guns.
I no longer have my hunter's mark, so I'll activate my hunter's mark.
You strike. That hits. It takes 18 damage. It is killed. That Hellite is struck and falls to pieces before it even hits the ground.
He is still within my range of regularly striking him.
Go for it.
Do I want to do that, or do I want to get my extra style point? Still within range. I guess it has to be this guy. I'm going to try to farm this guy for style points.
Alright, you do that. That is a hit, presumably, as soon as I see it. That is not a hit. It is not a hit. It looked like it landed on something.
What? Guys, I missed!
You missed.
How?
Incredible.
So Gino, roll me a Constitution save. It'll be at the end of your turn. You are no longer stunned.
Yay!
At the end of your turn, though. Lilith, at this point, is going to observe the situation. She seems to take a more relaxed posture in the air, and as she does, you see her body shimmer away, and she disappears.
Let the race begin then.
Okay, I said no, and you still attacked my friend, so I'm coming at you, bitch. Gonna get to there. Magistrate, what's up? Hiya!
And that hits!
Woo!
Where are you?
Theo has an 18 strength.
I do.
That's cool.
The thing is, I rolled really good on all of my stats except
That
for that
would kill it.
4.
Yay! You don't attack my best friend, fuck you! And I'm going to shoot. Hello.
That doesn't hit.
I have one more, bitch.
Okay.
Style point. Hiya!
And that's a crit! Make sure you put grit on yourself since you were using it. That kills it.
Woo!
As the battle wraps to a close, we're not done with today, obviously. I'd say that before we jump into you guys figuring out what's going to happen in the last of those turns. Wait.
Oh no, wait, I know. I for a minute I was like, wait, there's one more guy here. It's over. I'm
Is there?
sorry.
Oh right, he's all the way over there, isn't he? He's still alive! I forgot about him!
That's my farmy boy.
I forgot he existed!
I can hit him once.
The battle's over and
That's
he leaves.
never happened to me before!
Did he
Logan.
just leave?
If I can hit him once, I can become stylish.
It's because he was at the bottom of the combat
I was
tracker
like,
and he was
wait a
off the
minute, I
fucking
wanna
map. That's embarrassing. Alright, no, okay, what are we doing? You're still a guy.
I was gonna, wait, I'm in between these two, so they'll be fine. I was just gonna give Arden a butt squeeze.
Thunder Hellite is going to go if Marile's not going to do anything else mechanical.
Wait, I was gonna give, I just said
You doing the butt squeeze? Okay, then they have bardic inspiration.
Here's your butt, here's your butt squeeze. Here you go.
Time to die.
That's embarrassing. Erase him. Get rid of him. Get rid of him last turn.
Yeah.
That hits. You strike him, he takes 13 damage.
I will use a style point, and then I will attack him.
Well, you hit. Oh, no, you don't! You
gain
don't hit! You don't! You don't!
What?
No! I saw 16, I thought it did, you missed!
No! I was stylish for half a second.
Disadvantage comes a knocking. Even for you.
Man, you're not stylish at all with your 4 style points still.
I could try and break out of this ice, but I'm not going to. I'm going to continue Eldritch Blasting.
Okay.
It's fine. As long as
Prone
you're
manual shall be your demise. Wait a minute. No. In fact, heck that. 3rd level inflict wounds.
Alright.
Get him.
That hits.
Eldritch Blast the Hellite manual.
Alright, it's dead.
I will attempt to stabilize Catalina here.
Do it. Medicine check. Go.
Nope.
You do not.
Okay, I am gonna go over and help Gino, and I'm gonna try to medicine check a lady. Please.
That is a success. They are stabilized. We're not done yet with today, but with the end of that, I think that is a good time before we jump back into any post-battle
Well, what about the guy over there?
You're not gonna do that to me. That's not a thing you're gonna do. There is a moment of quiet as you guys contemplate to see if any other creatures are going to come out of the surrounding areas, and you find they don't. There's then a sudden cracking sound from one of the bodies that was nearby, one of the Hell's Ptolemaeus that had frozen solid, and this very faint glow seems to come from with this reddish, dark reddish glow comes from within the ice, and something seems to cause it to crack, and it falls open. And as it does, the body slumps out, and this condensed bit of this mineral that has this shimmering, infinity stone-like texture to it falls out, and then splits in half to form 2 of them. As falling onto the ground, you guys find 2 of what, just to skip to the chase of it, is referred to as a shard of demonic strength. Which, again, just because you guys are going to ask what it does, and I'm just going to tell you, so I'm just going to jump straight into it. Whenever you complete it is a +1 shard of demonic strength. When you complete a short or long rest, you can bond that crystal to a devil arm weapon, piece of shield, or piece of armor, increasing its enhancement bonus by 1 point, up to a maximum of +2. Once you have done so, it is expended. You have 2 of them. Portable item upgrade.
I think I should go to Gino. And probably Theo.
I'm in agreement.
Okay.
Okie doke. What do we do with these two?
Get them up after about 5 or so minutes, and if we can't, then I guess we try to take them with us.
I guess so.
She's making her way to the other knights. I don't like waiting
I don't think
around.
we have a chance in hell of beating her to him, so...
What do you mean? I could have took her. Look at me.
We
I'm
have to
in
hope that
prime fighting condition.
we have to hope that the Knights of Ulyssia can do something to protect themselves. I
Right.
do also think we should make our way over there as quickly as possible, but if we leave now, we condemn these two to die.
Nice.
That is, unless we want to waste any of our magical potential to bring them back. But at the same time, if we do that, we're still not entirely sure how their minds are going to be. I would rather them potentially wake up themselves, so that if they are still under any sort of effects, we can take care of them rather swiftly.
Alright.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The weather outside is frightful, but
Bonk
my
on the head.
bosom is so delightful.
I'm sure Arden agrees.
Does he?
What?
What are you doing in my bosom, Martin?
What? Wait,
I
hold on,
didn't-
what?
I didn't put you here.
Oh, he blacked out.
I did? What happened?
He just wakes up.
Oh, fuck.
From his 5-minute nap.
Suddenly in bosom. I don't even know how he got here.
I don't know how I got here either. Help, 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 help.
Hello?
It's dark in here.
I mean, if you take the time to take a short rest, or even 10 or 15 minutes, they do not wake up.
Fuck.
I guess we're
Well,
throwing them over our shoulders, I guess.
it just grabs fucking what's his face over his shoulder.
I'll grab the other one.
And you guys continue onward towards the Summergrass lot. As you do, you eventually arrive at it. It is a massive circular mall structure that connects on one side to the Coliseum, the stadium that you had been told about before, which is where the Knights are staying. However, in the state of it, you can see why getting to it might be difficult, in that the city appears to have largely collapsed around the stadium side, leaving it precariously perched on the edge of what appears to be a newly formed cliff, with a large chunk of the city having collapsed into the ground to form a drop that you can't see the bottom of from where you are. Seeing it, the only part that connects to the rest of the city remains the Summergrass lot, and you see that large chunks of it appear to have been broken. There's scattered and shattered glass all over the place. A lot of the upper levels appear that they had been frozen from the outside, and you see actual thick walls of ice just coating it. In the distance, as you guys move, because your elevation in the city increases as you head farther from the coast, you are farther up compared to the bay, you can, in the distance, see the faint outline of... You can see the talon that had sprouted up in this city fairly far away. Nicolo? As you track what you find to be the signs of humans moving about the area, you do find the occasional footprints left in the snow and the blood. Specifically, you find paths of initially what looked like blood that had been from bodies dragged in a particular direction, but those thin out as time goes on, as if fewer bodies had been dragged over time to this area, or as if people had given up on dragging them. But you do find footsteps leading in that direction. You come to a part of the mall that makes you remember having been here before. Though you don't have a strong memory of this place, as we established earlier, as you move forward, you start to have these brief twinges of memory that just come into your mind as you move through, as the scenery becomes familiar, but it is associated with something that you know that you find unpleasant, and you can't quite remember what it is. And as you move through, you find what it is, and you see a large sign over a section of the mall that, just as you remember what it is, it stares you in the face as you see the branding for Reindahl's Pizzeria, a competing pizzeria chain that your boss complains about constantly.
I don't mind the pizza chain. I just mind that I have to fucking hear about it.
You remember...
I hate them by association.
You know this location because you've seen photographs of the area, as your boss has basically had conspiracy theories about how the people that run this place are out to get them. He's accused them of amassing robotic minions because you know that this place has gone the route of using animatronics to entertain its children, unlike the pure traditional way of making the pizza that your boss does.
Niccolo,
Yes, Manny.
pizza time.
How is the store looking right now?
It appears it's in kind of rough shape. You can see lights flickering inside, but only on like in the entrance area. If you actually look inside, you can tell that it's basically pitch black in there. But all signs seem to point to that people, at least some people, a fair amount have been using this place as their means of travel. Arden, you can also tell that there is some demonic activity. You detect that certain demons have also been in and out of here. You don't get any signs that there are any currently here.
You know what, Emmanuel? Pizza time. Come on. We can try to get through the. We can try to get through the back here. Watch out. There are probably animatronics of some sort.
Be careful with the bear. I heard it bites.
Animal what now?
I
Oh, you're
understand that
talking-
reference.
You're talking about the bite of 87. Yes, I understand.
As you guys step inside, you don't get more than like 10 or 15 feet in before, again, there's no light in here. There's some flickering lights as you round a corner, stepping onto the checkerboard red and white floor paneling that is in this place. As you step in and move forward, you see a flickering light from what you assume to be in the first hallway. What looks to be a set of bathrooms. The lights are just turning on and off. A faint buzzing filling your ears from the area.
Maride, do you mind?
Mind lighting the way? Of course. Say please.
Please light my way.
As you wish.
As you do, as you turn that on, you can see lights from there. You can see at the end of the initial hallway, there is what looks to be what you may assume to be the kitchen, where there's the softest bit of light flickering in there as well. But you, as you walk by it, you fumble your way towards what leads into the main part of the eatery. You see the large central area where there's a dozen long tables set up with the fire on. You see blood scattered about the area, the tables, some of them coated in what looks like human blood. You see this just as one of you steps, and you hear the sickening squelch of a puddle of blood under your foot. With the light lit, the central room is large enough that the light that Marile produces is only barely sufficient to light the entire way. There's a couple doors. There's a... as you guys enter, you hear the automatically activating sounds of what sound like the entertainment here trying to turn on in response to guests, but you just hear the sputtering of like a sound system creating music and then it droning out as hydraulics try to open what looks like a set of curtains on a stage, and then after a couple attempts they just sputter to death and cease trying. You do see the very large form of what looks like an inert animatronic slumped over on its side. It looks like a very large reindeer. You know it to be the mascot of Reindel's Pizzeria. It's just standing on a stage, looming quite large, its eyes dead. It looks like it's been ripped and torn at by humans or demons who have come through here on a large stage to the north. There's several doors that surround the area, but there are in particular 2 hallways down to the south that you take to lead to the back of the area.
And yeah, I just want to check behind the curtains to make sure nothing's back there that's going to attack us if we go by them.
You guys hear this faint hydraulic sound that once again sounds like an attempt for the curtains to mechanically open themselves. And then a scampering, a footfalls upon tile from a direction that you can't quite immediately discern. It is immediately droned out by this buzzing sound that's coming from the dying machinery that's around you in the pizzeria of lights trying to stay lit even though they're failing to. As you walk towards it, you swear, Niccolo, that as you pull one of these curtains, you swear you feel the inertia of something behind it moving. But as you pull it, you see that just behind here, there appears to just be a large set that appears to be a large wagon set up to look like the Old West, as it was part of some kind of installment. And you see another, what looks to be collapsed animatronic that has fallen into part of the wagon and shattered it. What appears to look like a large, puffin-themed animatronic.
I would like to go check out what's up here.
That is where the reindeer animatronic is sort of slumped over in a position where it should be preparing to, like, do whatever the animatronic is programmed to do for it, but it is currently just standing. It looks like it is, one hand is set to look like there should be a large pizza box in it, but it has fallen to the floor. The other side, there's like a pizza cutter in place of one of its hands that is sort of decayed, parts of it have broken off. You see a chef's hat on this reindeer. It's quite adorable.
This place is fucking weird, Arden. I kinda like it.
I fucking hate it here.
I'm gonna go check this out. This blue light over here.
Wait a minute.
Alright.
What?
We cannot go through horror movie tropes like splitting up. That is how we all die.
What?
Okay.
In horror movies, you are not supposed to split up, because then that's how everybody dies a lot easier. I know this is not a horror movie, but I don't even know what I'm in at this point.
Someone want to come with, then?
No?
I don't have access to the ground currently.
Arden, let's go!
We should stay in groups of 3.
As you
Grab
take a few
Arden's
steps
hand.
away from there, Arden, could you roll me a perception check?
Oh no. Oh
As
no.
Theo rushes down the steps and as you take a step away, Arden, you hear a sound coming from behind you, just this hydraulic sound, and you just stop for a second. There's a moment where a voice in the back of your head seems to tell you should pretend you didn't hear it. And you quickly snap back, and as you do, you can't quite tell what you saw, but your eyes just lock onto the inert animatronic, and as you do, you swear, for just a moment, you see its head seems to fall back into place, being inert.
I'd like to lop off its head.
A good idea.
Somebody has a flash.
Roll me an attack roll, Arden.
You got it. Does a 17 hit?
Roll me a damage roll, Arden. As you try to lop off its head, you swing towards it, and even though you don't manage to take its head off, as your glaive hits it, you strike it, and the entire thing clatters to the ground with a huge crash. All of you hear this echoing, thunderous crash as this animatronic hits the ground. The sound fills the space, boomingly loud against the otherwise silent restaurant. It seems to stay inert.
I keep attacking it.
Go kill Randy the reindeer, or whatever his name was.
As you raise up your glaive to go for this attack, you hear this faint whirring sound, like a buzzsaw on tile. At first you're confused, and as you're about to plunge your weapon down into it, you see that the pizza cutter that's on its arm, it starts spinning, broken as it is, and you start to hear this mechanical, high-pitched noise begin ringing out from down farther south in the restaurant, from one of the hallways. Not the one Gino's going down, but from the other one. You hear the sound of something screeching, and then the rapid sound of metal footfalls slamming down onto tile as something begins screeching and rushing down that hallway. And with that, I would like everybody to please roll me initiative. Niccolo, you hear the sound of something mechanical rising up beside you as the animatronic that was on the ground starts to move and contort with this really twitchy style of motion as it stands. As it does, you see the metal that makes up its body beginning to split as the feather-like arms that before were kind of adorable shatter into various long metal blades. As you see, the animatronic Paddingfin begin to contort and change, separate. Its beak opens, and you see various lines of these circles of teeth begin to move.
Yeah, she got Arden.
I hate it.
Oh.
Yes, I did.
Hey, Logan.
Yeah.
Because I've been hearing about these for so fucking long, can I know all of their names whenever, like...
The three key
he talks
mascots
about
of
them
this
all the
place
time.
are Rindal, the chef, the cook, beloved by kids everywhere, the wonderful reindeer. Another is Paddingfin, or apparently Paddingfin, because I've written it 2 different ways, so we're gonna go with both. And the other, the businessman, the owner, the good gentleman who runs the place. Lammard, who you've heard of, who you've yet to see. The Lemmy.
Oh, come on, Paddingfin!
As you see this thing rise up and let out a horrific screech in the style of a, I don't know, how would I describe this scream? If only there was a pop culture reference I could draw on that might accurately depict the scream that I'm thinking of. No, it just doesn't.
That scream from like that one horror movie where it's like the body snatchers.
No, I feel like maybe, but like more metallic, right?
Harley, this reminds me of those classic video games. You know, those really old ones.
It is going to go. Striking down at you. It hit you. You guys still hear the screeching coming from down below, but as this happens, you guys see this. You see the shadowy form of this thing lit by his torch attacking him as you hear the building sound of whatever it is screaming, running down that hallway. For that attack, you are going to take...
Adequate, no!
You take 17 damage from the first attack as it claws at you. It's going to go for a second one.
Can't wait for after this whole fight.
That's a hit.
Nicolo's boss was right all along. Sorry, you don't pre-program this duck to have blade wings. That was a manufacturing thing.
Manufacturing whoopsie.
That's it hits. It deals another 9
maybe
damage.
Bertuccio was right about you.
And because it hit you with both, it gets to use its bonus action to make one more attack as it grabs onto you. You see the center of its body splits, and its mechanical torso opens as it latches onto you. As you see it try to pull you into the hollow that is inside the animatronic shell.
No.
But you manage to pull back and wrestle your way from it. As you do, it closes back up and lets out another screech.
Help!
I haven't shared one of these with you guys in a while, but here you go. This is one of the fights that's going to have style actions and style points. You'll figure out the style.
Five Nights at Freddy's?
Don't know what you're talking about.
It's Five Nights
That doesn't say anything about Five Nights at Freddy's. That says Frightful Nights. That's a different thing. As it does that, it's going to end its turn. Marile, you would hear this happening. You would have seen this occurring.
I'm going to use Cloud of Daggers. And we are going to place it right now. And then I think I'm gonna give Manny some bardic inspiration. I'm gonna give him a snuggle, and I think that'll be me.
The scream echoes through the area. A layer action's gonna be taken. You are all going to have to make a wisdom saving throw coming at you. If anyone wants to add anything to that, then please do so. Marile, everybody succeeds except for Marile and Emmanuel. You two become frightened by the screech that echoes down the hallway and through the area. You guys are gonna have, whoop-a-doo, where is it? Disadvantage on saving throws and skill checks.
Chicky Smarrile.
You know what? This makes sense, because if she ever watched a scary movie with Nicolo, it was just for the excuse to cling to him.
With that, Emmanuel, it is now your turn. You are not frightened, by the way. You only have the disadvantage on. Yeah, but you're not frightened as per the condition. You are still able to do things normally.
Kill them, please.
I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast at Paddington Penguin.
That is a hit. You strike at him. You shoot Paddington with your Eldritch Blast. You deal 7 damage.
Second blast.
That one misses.
No, I'm not gonna use anything. Yep, that's me.
Bonk reindeer.
As you do, it starts to stand beside you. Its form also contorting. Arden, you know enough about demons to know that these things are being possessed by a form of demon that inhabits material and twists it to its own ends. You see it stand. You're free to attack him.
I'm going to heckin' bop him. I'm not gonna set my thing on fire just yet.
All I'm saying is that I want a button with that pizza logo on it.
That's a hit.
I want that on the red bubble stat.
You strike, it takes 15 damage. You reroll a 1 into a 9. And you strike it, it gets hit again. As you strike it, it starts taking single large steps towards you as you hit it. Its body flails with each hit, but its lower body seems to move unaffected by what you're doing to the top. And that's 16, look at you. Ow. That's a style point, too.
And do his weapons look like slashy?
Yes, his pizza cutter that is spinning at saw blade levels of speed definitely looks like a slashing weapon.
Gotcha. I will then drink my mutagen, my shielded mutagen, which gives me resistance to slashing.
I am going to Hunter's Mark. I want to shoot him, so I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay, you go ahead. That's 19 damage. You shoot it, a chunk of it blows off. You see below there's just this moving, writhing, like, mechanical exoskeleton.
On this thing, it says if I use a style point, he can go up to 20 feet away from me.
If you hit him,
do I choose, or...
You choose what 20 feet he moves, yes.
I would like to attempt to knock him back 5 feet and prone.
He's going to make a strength save against you. The DC being the 26 you rolled. He does not succeed. You knock him back. With one of the shots you take, you hit him. It causes him to fly back. He's still in the daggers, but he falls prone.
All right, take this! And I'm going to go for another one.
You shoot him again on the ground. It takes 18 damage.
Whenever he had hit me before, did it look like he had reach?
Oh, also, you started your turn within range of him. You're going to be rolling against a aura of fear that it has.
Oh.
Which you fail. So you are frightened of it. You've had disadvantage on everything, so it doesn't matter, but you are frightened of it.
I'm going to try to get out of the curtains while still keeping an eye on the boy with my gun. Can he attack me?
As you leave, he does not attack you. It's going to go for 2 claw attacks on you. As it stands up, it walks towards you with Terminator-like certainty as it steps, each of its footfalls clanging on the ground. It's going to go for a first attack on you, Arden, and that is a hit. Ow. It brings its pizza cutter down on you. You take 4 damage as you resist it. Woo. It's then going to come at you again with it. That's another hit. Brings its pizza cutter across. You take 9 that time. And because it hit with both, bonus action, its body looks like it begins to segment. It is going to try to attempt a devour attack on you.
No.
That's a hit.
Goodbye.
Arden, as it hits you, it grabs you, Theo. You see its body open up. It twists in an unnatural manner as it pulls Arden inside of it, and then its body slams shut on him, and it just remains in place, twitching as Arden struggles within it, as it tries to maintain this, like, statuesque stillness. Arden, you are currently restrained, blinded, and you can feel metal wiring and protrusions stabbing into your body while you're inside of it.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna, since we've crossed that, I'm gonna go ahead on the sheet of things you can do with a style action. I'm just gonna, real quick, escape action. If your creature's devoured by an animatronic and held within it, anyone who frees it, including the creature itself, gains 2 style points if they break free. Also, down there, cost 1 style point. Break free. There, extra actions for you guys. With that, it is going to, with him inside of it, it is going to begin moving farther down, Theo. It steps down towards you. It is your turn. I'm gonna have to make you save against that aura. You succeed!
Woo!
Yay!
You're kind of holding my best friend hostage inside your belly. I'm not okay with that. Stab. I'm gonna try to break open its, like, stomach and try to, like, get Arden out of there, kind of.
Gosh, your friend sure is yummy.
That hits. Minimum damage, it takes 8. I will also note for you, since you would know it, you can attempt an action to try to break free on your turn, Arden, if you are so inclined.
Extra attack, hiya!
That's it!
Hacha, do better, please. Slightly.
That's 10 damage.
Dragon surge. He's holding my best friend hostage, I don't understand.
You strike, it takes 9 damage. As you cleave into it, you notice that even when you cut into parts of its body, when it exposes what looks to be little bits of Arden's body, the metal seems to, like, grow back over those spaces.
Fucking stop. Last hit. Fucking die.
That's a hit.
Woo! Do better damage, please. I love you, Theo.
You deal 13 damage to it.
That's
Gino, as you see all of this occurring, kind of glad this one got saved for last. As you see all of this occurring, you hear the screeching coming from down the hallway, growing louder and louder again. Till you see a figure emerge from the end. A large, adorable boy. A dapper boy. You see the animatronic Leonard emerge carrying a large crowbar. A top hat set upon his terrifying head. It's going to use its bonus action. Or it's going to use its action to dash. When it does, it gains quite an extra amount of feet. It's going to rush straight at you, screaming, lunging at you. Part of it being just a leap through the air as it rushes at you, Gino. It is going to go for an attack on you, and I'll tell you in advance that with this particular attack, if it hits, it is automatically a crit.
Oh!
It swings at you.
Here's the Foxy.
It hits. You take 31 damage as it strikes you.
Fuck!
Clambers on top of you and just starts wailing on you with robotic efficiency with the crowbar that it has in its hand.
You just hear hollow
Like kind of like when you like start banging on a
Okay.
freaking metal drum, just bong bong. bong.
Yeah. No, we shouldn't do this to each other. Why do we fight?
Poor Gino. This sounds like an oil drum getting beat.
Marile, could you please roll the Cloud of Daggers damage against Paddington? They tear into it. It takes the 12 damage as it stands. It is going to use one attack to attack Gino's Echo. Just for one claw attack on it. It seems to be enraged. As it stands up, the glowing bits inside of it seem to turn blood red. It goes for the attack. It hits. That Echo will be dispersed, as it has 1 hit point. As this happens, its head just mechanically shifts and locks over, pointed at you, Nicolo.
Uh-oh.
It is going to run and leap.
Uh-oh.
You notice its jump has ridiculous efficiency. It slams down between Nicolo, Marile, and Emmanuel, and it turns towards you. It is going to go for an attack on you, Nicolo. It hits. Oh, that was almost max damage. That would have been upsetting. But it wasn't. You almost took 24 damage. You take 16 damage. So Arden won't be affected by this, not that it's super gonna matter. Layer action. The lights begin all coming on one by one, and as they do, they start burning so brightly that you hear the shattering of them, and all at once there's this massive flash before everything returns to darkness. Everybody, you are about to make a Constitution save against being blinded by this. Except Arden.
Oh, dear.
Nicolo, Marile,
Dang it.
Theo, you guys all fail. So you are blinded until the end of your...
Damn it.
You are blinded until the end of your next turn. You will start your turn within its fear aura, so I'm gonna have you roll against that.
Okay. I'm big brave boy.
Oh,
I'm a
are
brave
you?
boy.
Let's find out.
I'm a brave boy.
Brave. I'm big. Ah!
Not a brave enough boy for this!
I'm not a brave enough boy. Not me.
So you are afraid of it.
All right, I run over there. I turn around. I look at the scary thing, and I say, "It's a good thing that you're so spooky over there, cause I'm dying." And I'm going to, for my action, I'm going to cast a 2nd level Witch Bolt at it.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the Bardic Inspiration. I'm gonna go with 16.
16 just hits. Hit it with Witch Bolt. Do your damage. Do your initial damage. As you hit it, its body convulses as it's racked with electricity. Seems to be vulnerable to it.
For my bonus action, I'm going to burn a 1st level spell slot to regain my last sorcery point.
All right, Gino. I remember this time. I'm rolling it against you. I'm rolling against you with fear. Here we go. That's from Lemmer.
Too, I'm a brave boy.
The dapper gentleman wants you to be afraid, my boy. You are not.
I'm not scared of no fucking mouse. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna summon a fucking
Meanwhile, it's on top of you. Ding, ding, ding!
Hiya.
You strike it, you deal 15 damage.
Take another. Now! Yo!
Cut into again, dealing another 28 damage to it.
Woo! And now I'm gonna use Unleash Incarnation. Take another.
That hits. 14 damage.
And I'm gonna Action Surge. Saving it for this boy. Here.
You hit.
So I'm gonna use one of the style points I just got to do the pushing and prone thing.
So you'll have to roll a thing against him. So you rolled a 22. He'll roll back against that. 1 second. He rolls a strength save. He fails.
And then use another style point to baseball bat it back from your Echo.
You strike him, both of you hit him off the ground, juggling him in the air. Then both you and your Echo come together and strike him at the same time, sending him hurtling back and skidding along the ground.
And I'm gonna rush right back up to him.
Hello.
Have my Echo do the same thing. Gonna keep wailing on you there, boy. Heckin' yeah. Oh, at disadvantage.
Oh, did I? Hold on. I put prone on you! Just roll a d20 real quick to see what that attack would have been. So it would have been the 12. So you would have hit, but it would not have been the critical. You deal 15 more damage to him.
And another Unleash Incarnation for my last one. Die.
That's a hit. That's a crit.
Yeah, it is. Just die, you fuck!
You do notice as you're striking it, it becomes irate. Again, the greenish glow from it turns blood red and seems to become a bit more vicious, but you do hit it, and you do...
Yeah, that's my whole turn.
Oh no, is that your whole turn?
That's all I can do, guys.
Arden, you take 17 piercing damage.
I am blind, but I know he's in front of me, correct?
Yes.
So I'm going to shoot him.
That hits.
Hiya.
That hits.
Yay!
You will notice their durability. That one's durability seems to have gone down as it's become more irate. He deals 17 damage to my goodness. Oh, how could you do this to this adorable boy?
Oh, it's because I hate him.
I see.
I would, at this point, probably try to maneuver my way to the other side of him. Just sort of like feeling around, I guess.
Rindall's going to go for 2 pizza cutter. Yep, no, you rub your eyes and you find that your vision returns at the end of your turn. 2 claw attacks are going to go at Theo. Strikes, you take 11 damage. It's gonna go for 1 more attack on you. You're blinded, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Strikes again. You feel it deal 18 damage to you. As it does, it is going to turn, and it is going to move 30 feet that away. As it begins moving away from you. The rest of you, you all see one of the animatronics seemingly fleeing towards the outside hallway. Theo,
No, I don't.
It's your turn.
Would I have heard it ka-chunk away from me?
Yes, you would have heard it.
Cool, I'm gonna shoot it with Magistrate. I know it's disadvantage, but I'm gonna fucking try.
Go ahead.
You're a construct, I think, maybe, I don't know, Bjarl.
You'd be surprised. You hit!
Woo!
With your 26 on a disadvantage roll.
Yeah.
You strike, it takes 14 damage.
Yeah.
That one misses, and you lose your style points, so you wouldn't have any. Lemard is going to stand. He will then attempt 2 crowbar attacks. Pick up 2 crowbar attacks on Gino. He hits. Shall I roll damage?
I'm gonna use Aegis of Ajax to give myself the shield spell. 26.
That is exactly what he rolled.
Ah, son of a bitch! But he still takes damage from doing it.
Yeah. He strikes you. You deal 6 thunder damage.
Yeah.
All right, he's gonna go for his other crowbar attack now. Despite your shield, he goes in for a strike, and that one misses. It deflects off of it. He's going to move away from you, so you will be able to reaction attack.
I think I just used my reaction.
Ah, you did. He's going to move as far as there. Paddington is going to go for an attack. He's going to go for 2 attacks on Nicolo. He's going to keep it up. It hits.
Damn it.
Strikes.
I never feel like I have 18 AC.
You maintain your concentration, but you take 13 damage. It goes for 1 more attack. It hits.
God dang it.
It rushes down on you, its body just barreling down, trying to strike you. It hit twice. It's going to try to use Devour.
No.
Here it goes for its attack. It hits.
Marile,
you see Nicolo get pulled inside of Paddington.
No.
Oh god.
Our boys!
Nicolo! I will use a style point to use Flames of Admonishment.
Alrighty, so this is your bonus action to do this, so roll the strength save against him.
Fighting Gleam.
And he fails!
Then I'm going to go and do this.
Yay! You hit it, you destroy it, it begins to contort and bend. You hear the sound of snapping bolts as its body begins to fray. As it dies, it reels back and it lets out one final scream. You will be released, Nicolo. All creatures that are within 30 feet of it, you guys will be affected by the death scream. As it echoes outwards, you're about to make a wisdom save. Are you adding anything to it?
It's a good thing I did my shit already, because that was a nat 1.
You guys are now stunned until what would have been the start of its next turn. Arden, you take 9 piercing damage.
I have a question.
What is your question?
It's dark inside this boy, correct?
Yes.
Can I use my Shadow Flash to teleport out of it?
You sure can.
Hey!
And because I escaped from it,
You sure do!
Net gain of 1! Hooray!
As Rindall begins to run away, it just stops for a second, and you see it just freezes in place, Theo. Then its body straightens out, and you see, with complete stillness on everything but its arms, its hand and pizza cutter hand just start tapping its own body as if it lost its wallet. As Arden disappears from within it, and where do you want to pop up? You could appear right outside him if you want to.
Yes, I would like to.
As he starts tapping himself as if he'd lost his keys, Theo, you just see a wave of darkness spiral and appear behind him, which reforms into Nicolo.
Yeah! Into Nicolo.
Sorry, Nicolo. Brain, pardon. This is what my brain knew. When I'm not on Red Bull, I can't process more than 2 pieces of information at a time.
Double the Nicolo, double the
I can
power.
describe things, or I can get characters right. I can't do both!
All right, Spencer, you heard him, Nicolo. You can do it, Nicolo.
Oh my god.
I will do it for you, Nicolo. Thank you, Nicolo.
Oh my god.
Okay, killing one of them.
We only need one.
I will use bonus action to hurt myself. Fuck!
Oh, you take 6 damage!
Everything's fine.
Arden!
Yo, what up? What's up, baby? Don't worry about it. Attacks!
That is a hit.
Oh, nice.
Knock his ass prone, kill him.
You strike him, he takes 11 damage. As he turns, as you start wailing, that is a nat 1.
Goodbye, style points. I hardly knew ye. That's me, I guess. Wait, no, hold on. I want to move here.
Okay.
Oh, hi.
Hey, what up? Fucking come at me, nerd.
I'll come at you after
I'm
this.
stunned and frightened him.
What?
What about it?
It's his turn. He's gonna come at you.
I'ma get him.
Get him! That's a hit.
Hey, stop where you are.
Hey, style point.
I'll take a style point. Gonna knock him back.
If you spend a style point.
Oh wait, yeah. Oh no, his speed is. No, I'll just leave him there since he can't really.
He rushes at you, you strike forward with your glaive, you cut into him. You see, this is what would have happened in Five Nights at Freddy's if the security guards were actually super anime boys. He would have had much fewer problems with the animatronics.
It would have been Willy's Wonderland.
It would have. Leonard. He'll look back towards you, recoiling in fear, and start patting his crowbar, just thwapping it into the other hand as he walks towards you like a thug. As he gets close, he puts the crowbar down, scrapes it along the ground as he comes up behind you, and he is going to go for attacks! He hits!
Oh, bye, guys.
You
Goodbye,
are
dude.
knocked unconscious, Gino, then reduced you to 0 hit points. It is going to attempt to devour, and it succeeds. As it hits you, its body opens, it is placing you inside of itself.
Would heal work while he's in his belly?
You have to be able to see him.
God damn it, I saw him go in the belly!
You can't see him now.
Also, what a huge fucking gut this guy has to swallow a 7-foot-tall suit of armor.
They're large creatures.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's an animatronic, you're not like wrapped up in its stomach, you're kind of like in the frame of its body.
I'm just saying, the frame of his body looks like a little jail cell and his little belly there.
It's true, he does look like a tiny little furnace kind of boy, doesn't he?
Yeah, if I can see Gino's face and his belly,
You can't see through that.
Fuck! Marile's gonna be a bit stupid. She's gonna freaking move forward and try to knock this fucker prone.
1 second, you guys will get a kick out of this.
Uh-oh.
Hell yeah, let's go.
No, yeah, it's the most obvious thing that it could possibly be, but there you go.
Oh, it's 3 style points.
3 style points!
Hey.
Bite of 25.
Thank you.
If a creature reduces one of the animatronics to 0 hit points, they gain 3 style points.
I think we're gonna use Red Collider again on this nut.
Gotcha.
Let's hope we get lucky again. Rolling.
He failed. They actually have pretty good strength saves. You've been really lucking out.
Give him back.
It takes
Well,
the
you
9
know what?
damage.
It's okay because you're prone.
Give him back. Give him back.
So I actually think I can still attack it with my gun.
Yep, you hit him.
Yay! Bang bang.
You rolled a 1 and did 13 points, and that's nothing to scoff at. But
the dice is gravy, really.
yeah, but you fire, you hit it, a chunk of it gets blown off. Gino inside, you're unconscious, but your arm just shifts a little bit as a hole is blown open, then covers over.
I run over here. I already have disadvantage, but I don't give a fuck because I was gonna use this spell for another thing, and now I can't.
It's okay, he's prone.
I know, and I'm mad about it. I'm gonna cast a witch bolt point blank into its face.
Do it.
Second level.
Hey.
He's
excited.
The mysterious fourth mascot of this pizzeria.
He's
Not another one.
Help me, Orange Jesus.
You hit.
Oh, yay.
Thank God.
You deal a total of 42 damage to it.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
As you shock it, it begins flailing, letting out its scream, and then it detonates. As it does, it is going to do the same thing as the other one. Marile and Emmanuel. It lets out a screech, and you are both going to have to roll against its death screech effect. You both fail. Gino, you are next, however, as it explodes in this almost radiant show of electricity, leaving Gino just laying on his back, on the ground, his limbs contorted. Roll me a death save, Gino.
Okay. Nope.
You have failed one. Arden.
Attack where he was.
Okay.
I'm gonna smack. Style point.
That hits. How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Hey. Well, I
Well
can't see
deserved.
him, so I don't know. I flail wildly.
You flail wildly. Theo, you see Arden, who has just been released from this thing. He's like blinded, the lights go out, and he just has a moment of like holding his hands up to his eyes, and just the panic of, ah! And I'm inside it again! And he just starts swinging his weapon around wildly. He hits it as it tries to move forward. Hits it in the neck, it falls to the ground, and as soon as you find purchase, you just repeatedly, rather than stabbing it with your glaive, start just beating it on the ground. An unnecessary amount of time as bolts. Yeah. As, until finally you stop breathing heavily. The pizza cutter hand slowly raises about an inch, to which you immediately strike it again! And as you do, its screech is going to go out. It's not going to matter much to combat, but just for flavor, I want to know who it hits. So,
I never know. If everyone's stunned, that's another round and a bit where people can't really do stuff.
Death scream goes out.
Well.
You both fail.
No, Theo!
You both, the scream goes out as it detonates, and you are both left. Arden, your vision returns, but you're taken aback by what happened. All right, Marile, what would you like to do?
We're gonna spell one heal Gino.
All right, Gino,
Hey.
you are restored, and with that, initiative is broken. It no longer matters.
Gino, you alright?
Please?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Gino, whenever you come to, you find that among the scattered bits of Lemurd that are around you, you notice that sitting on the ground is what looks like another larger chunk of the Shard of Demonic Strength. A single one.
Shit.
Oh, there's another one.
Just finding all over the dang place.
This one's a
Apparently.
larger chunk.
So this one, it is a +2 one. Basically the same thing, except it can take a +1 item straight to +2. Or it can take a normal item straight to +2.
Oh, we can give that to Manny.
You also find, Arden, you find among the remains of the one that you had broken, there's a soft blue glow that you recognize to be that of a blue orb. You see sitting on the ground in the wreckage of the other one, there's a vital star that glows with a much brighter glow than the ones that you had previously seen. There is a vital star EX.
Ooh.
The largest of the kinds.
Emmanuel should has the big chunker.
Yeah.
Arden, do you want to use the blue board?
Yeah, I want to use the blorb.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll throw the vital star into Nikolaos. You're gonna use the blorb?
Yeah.
For reasons that are not super important to go into, really. We're not going to do the 1d10 plus total level. We're just going to do the 1d4. Or Arden, why don't you roll me, or whoever you guys decide wants to, why don't you roll me the 1d4 plus 2?
I will do it. It is my birthday.
I
will do
It's
it.
true, it is your birthday.
Birthday
You're the
boy.
dice boy. You're the one who dices.
It's true. You're welcome.
You know what? It's your birthday. Roll it again.
Hooray!
Advantage for your birthday.
Come on, dice boy. I believe in you. Round 2 is
Get
the best
another
time.
one.
Oh boy, I would have
It's better!
It is.
All right, you guys will gain an additional 5. One sec while I go through and put everything on everybody.
And
Getting
this is the temporary ones, right?
No, this is these are the permanent ones.
Oh.
Yeah, he's saying he's going to be like, we're not going to do the temporary on this one.
Oh.
And the reason for that is you guys have just finished mission 5, so you will immediately take a
Thank
long rest.
God!
Yes!
Oh.
I get Mirage Dash!
I get a feet.
I think I get something.
I can't believe it's not butter.
I'm sure I
I
get
get
something.
Feet?
4.5
I get
over
more
there.
feet.
I would like you to know I have 4.5 toesies over here.
Oh my God! What?
What's a toe?
With that, and you guys collecting those, with the conclusion of mission 5 from the boss battle coming to a close, we will pick up the actual aftermath next time, as well as the follow-through of finding the way to the Knights of Ulyssia next time. I want to turn off all the stuff. You got keep the map open, guys. It's stupid. You probably already know that this is the case. but
It's a security room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm so glad I didn't have like the style points and shit because I'm like, I want to do the FNAF things.
You straight up just used the fucking FNAF map.
I love you so much.
it was. This is when we were like planning the campaign and doing stuff. There was a few gimmicks I wanted to get in there just cause, and one of them was like, at one point, I just wanna have a bunch of
FNAF
demons.
boss fight.
I just want to have a
As-
FNAF boss fight just for me.
As soon as we walked into this place and you said there were animatronics, it's like, I hope those get possessed and I hope we fight them. And then it happened, and I was so happy.
Dude,
I knew it.
As soon as I heard
I knew it was
animatronic
going
and
to happen.
pizzeria, it was like, yeah, this is the FNAF level.
I basically wanted to go in and just like, I want to push all of them over. At least start the fight with them prone.
I want a button with the reindeer pizza.
I hope you guys, since I've been holding on to this for so long, I hope you guys enjoyed
Oh, that
the
was
stupid
fun.
thing we
That
did
was super
today.
It was
fun
very
about
fun.
YouTube side, we're gonna take off.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.
Goodbye.